Isang makalikasang umaga sa inyong lahat. The committee hearing today is prompted by the public uproar over the viral image of resort facilities, including cottages, slides, and what appears to be an Olympic-sized swimming pool built at the foot of the tree of our cherished Chocolate Hills in Bohol Province. Indeed, the picture says it all. It exposes the stark defacement and desecration of our national treasure. The conclusion was immediate and clear. After all, the approximately 1,776 unique conical mounds that comprise the Chocolate Hill are not merely a tourist attraction. They stand as a UNESCO-recognized natural monument since 1988, form part of the Philippines' first global geopark as designated by UNESCO in 2023, and are collectively considered protected area under the expanded NIPAS Act of 2018. In quick response, Senators Binay, Villanueva, Legarda, and myself have each filed resolutions that reflect a shared urgency to address the issue. Senate Resolution Number 967, filed by Senator Binay, who chairs the Senate Committee on Tourism, calls for an inquiry in aid of legislation on the reported construction of structures within the vicinity of the Chocolate Hills by Captain's Peak Garden and Resort in Sagbayan, Bohol, and the Bag-Agta Resort in Carmen, Bohol, with the end goal of preserving Chocolate Hills as a protected area and its status as a major tourist attraction. Resolution number 970, filed by Senator Joel Villanueva, also seeks an inquiry on the construction of tourist resorts in close proximity to the Chocolate Hills. It mentions that the expanded NIPAS Act prohibits defacing or damaging any natural formation or scenic value within protected area. It also raises a question on the PAMBI policy of allowing the use or development of 20% of the landmass of a hill. Hence, this resolution seeks to scrutinize the implementation of applicable laws, rules, and regulation governing protected area with a view of identifying gaps, if any, and introducing remedial legislation, if appropriate, to protect Chocolate Hills and other protected area, as well as hold officials accountable for approval of questionable projects. Resolution number 973, filed by Senate President Pro Tempore Legarda, emphasizes the need to review the existing policies, procedure, and standard to ensure the conservation and protection of protected areas in light of the approval by the Chocolate Hill Natural Monuments PAMBI of the construction of resort structure of Captain's Peaks in 2018 and the issuance of business permit by the local government about a year after, despite the absence of an environmental compliance certificate. Resolution number 976, which I filed, broadens the inquiry into the management practices, the presence of tenurial agreements, and the protection mechanism or the lack thereof accorded to the country's protected areas. This is in response to distressing reports of exploitation or defacement not only of the Chocolate Hill Natural Monument, but also of other protected areas such as the Upper Marikina River Basin Protected Landscape in Rizal, the Siargao Island Protected Landscape and Seascape in Surigao del Norte, and the Mount Apo Natural Park in North Cotabato, Davao del Sur, and Davao City, to just name a few. We have also here a letter to include Mount Matutum Protected Landscape in the Senate inquiry located in South Cotabato, and also the Mount Banahaw in Laguna. Okay. To my mind, while the Philippine government has established a robust framework of policies, laws, and regulation for the protection of our protected area, there appears to be a deficiency in their implementation. Therefore, there is a need for greater efforts from those responsible to protect them as well as from all of us Filipinos to safeguard our protected areas. Complementing the above-mentioned 4 resolution is the privileged speech delivered by Senator Tulfo on March 18. He raised concern about the presence of illegal structures, the conduct of illegal activities at Mount Apo, which is a protected area under RA 9237, and the inadequate action by Mount Apo's Protected Area Management Board, even though there is an existing directive from President Bongbong Marcos to preserve Mount Apo as it vies for inclusion in the UNESCO list of World Heritage Sites. He articulated that turuan ang kalakaran pagdating sa ating pangangalaga ng kalikasan, lamenting the culture of passing blame among government entities responsible for environmental protection, including the DNR. Senate Resolution Government units and PAMBIS, highlighting the lack of accountability and effective action. But the controversy surrounding the aforementioned protected areas may just constitute the tip of the iceberg. We have yet to uncover the full extent of the challenges facing our protected areas. Consider this: the Philippines has a total of 248 protected areas. 114 are formally legislated, 121 are initial components of the NIPA system, and 13 are established through presidential proclamation. It would not be far-fetched to believe that many of our other protected areas also face problems threatening their sustainability. I would tend to agree with that because we have also a protected area in our city of Las Piñas and Parañaque, and we are really being forced to really protect it because of the danger of ISF living in our protected area and the permit to do reclamation along our protected area. This inquiry could be an eye-opener, leading us to take definitive actions in the right direction for the conservation of our protected areas. Taking action now is essential, and this may well start with conducting a thorough survey, inventory, and recording of every structure in all our protected areas, alongside reviewing the documents and instruments that govern them, to identify and rectify any inconsistencies with their intended protection. Thank you.